Hello there.
There he is. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. It's so good to see you on here with us. We're excited to have you on.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, well, this movie is exciting and it's been, picking up a lot of steam. We're hearing a lot about it. And how cool is it to just be a part of something like this? It's just such a legendary figure and great characters.
Super fortunate. Super fortunate. Yeah, it's been a long time in the making, and I'm really glad that it's finally getting out there in a big way. Um, so yeah, we'll see how people respond.
Yeah, absolutely. And when something like this comes across your desk, you must think, "Oh, I got to do this," right? Without even probably reading the whole thing.
Well, to me, the thing that kind of dictates what I choose is whether or not it amplifies truth, goodness, and beauty. Like that's a big thing for me, is just being involved in projects that can have impact in an elevating way. So this project has that in spades. And what I love about this project is it's not necessarily about the politician per se. It's about the man. It kind of goes behind the curtains and just shows this unlikely story of this person who should have never become president, um, but who was driven and who believed in purpose and believed in God giving you that purpose and didn't shortchange God. He wanted to pursue it um, to the best of his ability in a great way. So yeah, I think there's a lot that people will like about it.
Yeah, and then of course when people see Dennis Quaid, I know at first people may think what, but he's so good and so great on set, I imagine as well, right?
You can tell that he loved Reagan because he does a great Reagan. Yeah, and he was just a joy through and through.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a certain memory that you think you'll always take with you, just something that just stood out a day, scene, or time? You're just thinking, I'll never forget this.
Yeah, wearing the hair suit, bathing suit that I had to wear. It was authentic and it was not buoyant and it was very itchy. If you know anything about old bathing suits, I don't think they knew what they were doing back then in design. I don't think they knew what they were doing, and I will remember that because it was quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, I love it. Well, people have been looking up to you for years and thinking, see, now that's what I want to do. That's a cool career. And what advice do you give to people that want to follow in your footsteps?
Um, what I say to a lot of people, especially young people that want to get into the entertainment business or want to be actors, is just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And I think um, a great way to know that is picture yourself at your most successful as an actor. Now remove fame and money and pretend that that wasn't a part of the equation. Would you still love it?
Hmm.
Would this be still something that you are called to do, that you feel absolutely compelled to do? And if that's the case, then pursue it. And then you have to know if you have talent because a lot of people want to do this. Not a lot of people make it. It's one of the hardest industries on earth. And it's continually getting harder in the midst of all the change the business is in right now.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I just say, question your motives and make sure you're talented. And an easy way to make sure you're talented is go take improv classes at your local theater, see what the response is, do shows, see how that goes, do some theater, see how that goes, and keep kind of working your way up. And you'll know if you're talented or not. It'll become clear very quickly. Um, and there's nothing wrong with doing it as a hobby. If you're like, okay, I'm not like I know for myself, I'm not a great golfer, but I love it. Like I can tell it's very easy in golf to know what my score is and know, okay, I'm not a great golfer, but I have a freaking blast.
Mhm.
And the same is true with acting too. It can be a great hobby. You don't have to take it so seriously and leave your family, move across the United States. Like go get in a local play and have a blast. It's the same feeling doing it in Hollywood as it is wherever you're from.
So well said. My co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. We're so proud of him. And he wanted me to make sure that I asked you your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for you?
That's a great question. Wow. I like how you phrase that. Um, a moment in my life or in my career?
It could be either one or both.
Oh, well, I mean, undoubtedly when I met my wife,
Yeah.
that was the biggest Hail Mary moment. because I was 24, 25, and I was really looking for a wife. And it's tough out there, right? It's tough these days to try to find that person. And I was getting very serious about my faith, and I wanted someone who also was serious, or at least willing to be serious. Um, and someone I was attracted to. And those things, those things don't necessarily always go together. And I'm an actor, and people know me, so that makes things even more difficult when questioning motives. And I met this girl who was like a supermodel who grew up on a farm, never watched TV, had no clue who I was. Um, and we just laughed and had a great time together. And she's now my wife, and we have 3 kids together.
Wow, that's beautiful. You're giving me hope. This is good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, a part of that is that success mindset that we talk about that on the show. Is there something that you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path even when things are tough?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's um I try to I try to consciously be aware of my mindset, and am I being negative or positive in any specific moment or in a day. I'm trying to become more mindful of my mindset and replace negative with positive. I know it sounds so simple, but it's a really tough thing to do,
Mhm,
because there's so many things going on that you're not aware of psychologically. And becoming self-aware and mindful is really good. And then being able to replace that negative thought or feeling with a positive one, even if you don't necessarily feel better right then and there, you just kind of will it. You
mhm,
embrace the positive in that moment. That's really helpful, especially when it comes to work or jobs or any of that. It's easy to despair, but just forcing yourself to, say a verse from the Bible that's a positive one, or one that will inspire hope. um, all things work unto the good of those who love God, that kind of a thing. And just calling those things to mind in difficult situations uh, is something I'm really working on.
I love that. And on a similar note, like with this movie, I think it will be inspirational to people. And of course, there's the great entertainment value. But what is it that you're hoping that people will get out of this one? Because there's a lot going on here.
Just that you can't shortchange God.
Mhm.
Don't limit yourself. And that's not to say all of us are called to be the president of the United States,
Yeah.
but this man really dreamed big, and he didn't shortchange God. And look what God did. It should never happened. It should never happened. He was a lifeguard in the middle of nowhere, and uh, was like a radio host calling out baseball games, and was then an actor, and president of the Screen Actors Guild. None of that. How does all that happen? It's all so random.
Hmm.
Um, but then a failing actor and a struggling actor, nearly bankrupt. Like, none of this should have happened. Um, but he didn't shortchange God, and he knew that his life had a purpose, and he knew that purpose was important, and he should pursue it in a big way. And all of us can do that, even in very small, unnoticeable ways. We're not all called to be president, obviously, but we're all called to do something with what we've been given, and that's the important bit.
That's beautiful. Love what you have to say. Now, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. What do you have coming up for us?
Well, I just directed a film, and
Oh,
it's called Monster Summer, and it is a spooky, family-friendly adventure that comes out October 4th. It stars Mel Gibson and Mason Thames and Lorraine Bracco and Kevin James. It is a very fun, exciting adventure about these kids teaming up with an old detective, Mel Gibson, to go hunt this foe that moved onto their island. So think Goonies, Stranger Things, E.T. It's that kind of a vibe. The reason I wanted to make the film is because I want families to have a worry-free form of entertainment. That's just a good time. So many movies, we got our dukes up when before we go into the theater, going, "Am I going to get hit over the head with some political or social agenda?" And this movie's not that at all. It's just a good time.
yeah.
So, and about good values, about good versus evil. So I would love people to go see that because Monster Summer really is a film about good versus evil and just a fun romp for families everywhere. That's perfect for the Halloween season.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, I'm so proud of you and all the things that you're doing and your outlook on life. And I want to thank you for all the great answers today. And looking forward to talking to you again very, very soon.
Oh, thanks, man. And one other thing I'll mention too that's good for the Catholic audience is I recently became an ambassador for Cross Catholic Outreach,
Really?
which is a wonderful organization that administers the corporal works of mercy all over the world, literally to millions of people.
Hmm.
And I'm excited to do that. I'm going on some mission trips with them. We're going to bring food, medicine, and supplies to third world countries, housing as well. And I'm gonna be writing articles for them. I'm really excited about this because I'm looking forward to using my platform to literally make an impact and help folks all over the world. So I'm excited about that partnership with Cross Catholic Outreach.
Yeah, what a blessing, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, just to be able to use your name to do something great, and that's an honor, and it's a great thing to see.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah,
Paul, I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
God bless
Okay,
you, brother. Thank you.
okay, bye.